Hey,
Hello.
hi Lisa, welcome to our session today. Thank you so much for joining. And somehow Facebook is Facebook is being acting tricky and it was difficult.
Oh, Shopee, I'm so glad to be here tonight. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for being with me for this half an hour and talking about your journey and your success story today. So, guys, let me just introduce myself quickly, and then we will hand over to Lisa. So I am a relationship coach. I help individuals to have harmonious and balanced relationships, to embody their truth, have uh, fearless relationships, and become so confident that they can share their message with their partners authentically. And this helps them to let go of fears, their hopelessness, frustration, and feelings of unloved, under respected. So I just help people to become more confident in their relationships. So, and I just wanted to share something about my project today. So this women led empowering stories is an initiative that I have been thinking about a very long time. And thank you so much, Lisa, for extending your kind help today, so that we can actually bring into reality. So I'm going to be joining and collaborating hands with so many wonder women from around the world who would be sharing their lives, journeys, their success stories with us, and they're going to inspire us in a very different way. So again, thank you so much, Lisa, and I welcome you again. Uh,
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Today we are going to be chatting about manifestations and communication. So, Lisa, would you first people would want to know about you, what you do, and how does this topic affects your life?
Sure. Thank you again, Shopee. I love what you're doing, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. It's really, and I love sharing the energy and message of inspiration, and especially to women, because we really have to stick by each other and be there to encourage and build each other up. Um, a little bit about me is that I um, I guess I'll start with my kind of previous career, which was in the film industry. And I had dreamed of being in the film industry a long time ago. I also dreamed about being a life coach. And I was like 17 years old. And I remember just having this passion to really help people and to really just get people to the next level, encourage them. I know by the time that I was 17, I had a lot of life experiences that I even looked back and just thought wow, I can't really believe I overcame that. And so I really started adapting manifestation principles pretty early on, but I felt like it wasn't my time to become a life coach because I was just too young for that. Yes, I had the life experiences, but I didn't have enough under my belt, I felt like. So I decided to go ahead and pursue my passion for filmmaking. So I packed up a couple suitcases and I moved to LA with I don't know, $50 in my pocket. And I just set out to do that. And that's what I've been doing for the past decade. And when the pandemic hit, I really started rethinking things. I just felt like it was time to pivot and do something else. It had me thinking about how I wanted to spend my time and really what would it be like if, tomorrow never came. Could I be happy and satisfied with how I spent my time here on earth? And it just kind of hit me. I felt like, oh my gosh, I've actually accomplished a lot of the milestones
Right.
that that 17-year-old girl had only dreamed about. And it just came back into my awareness. I'm like, wait, this is like the ideal thing. This is the only thing I really want to do with my time, is to help uplift and inspire other people, help them figure out problems, strategize how to get out of that. And in a weird way, it really reflects a lot of my work in the film industry, which is so much of it strategy, a lot of intuitive work, just kind of knowing where and when to go certain places and accomplish certain things. So I've been utilizing these skills that I'm now just transforming into life coach work, to help people make personal transformations and especially business transformations. I'm really passionate about working with women entrepreneurs that want to really free themselves from the 9 to 5, from corporate America, from doing this kind of work. And so I had started some other businesses as well in the pandemic. And I just kept on going back to life coaching. I met an amazing mentor who's helped me level up my skills above and beyond what I could ever imagine. And I'm really thankful for that. So, yeah, I'm just excited to be here and to kind of continue to expand and grow with wonderful women like yourself, and really extend our reach and share our stories.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Lisa, according to, I mean, it's such a common term these days, manifestation. So, manifestation, according to me, is like you wish something and the universe says yes to your wish. And then you have that kind of people, that kind of things in your life. So, how has manifestation worked for you and what does it mean to you?
Okay. Well, manifestation has completely changed my life. I had grown up in a very, very restricted household. I mean, it was a challenging childhood to say the least. Like, we were extremely poor. There was physical abuse in the house. Like, it was a very, very challenging time. And I actually remember being a young teenager and kind of like visualizing this alternative life for
Right.
myself.
Right.
And at that time, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I would see myself like free from this world that I was currently in. And I just saw myself as this like really happy adult doing the things I love, traveling, like, doing just like really fun things, like all the things that that little girl had like only dreamed of, that were really far from a reality. And I had done that um without doing any studying or anything like that. And then one day I was I so fast forward to when I was like, I think about 18 years old, and I was really, really struggling. Um, I hadn't quite figured it all out yet, and I lived with a boyfriend that was extremely abusive and really manipulative. And he had told me, that he would end things if I tried to leave him and all this kind of stuff. So I was really feeling trapped, isolated. I didn't have anybody, I felt like, at that time to turn to. And I went to the bookstore across from the restaurant I was working at the time. And I'm just looking and I'm asking God, like, God, please, please help me. I need your help. I need something to change my life. And so this woman starts talking to me. She's in the aisle next to me, and she says, "Oh, hey, have you ever heard of this book?" And I was like, what book? And the book was The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And I had said, no, I've never heard of it. And she's like, well, I have to tell you, this book actually helped change my life. Like, I just beat stage 3 or stage 4 cancer through the methods in this book, or something like that. And I was like, oh, wow, really? Okay, that's a big testimony. But at that time, I was even so broke that like I couldn't buy the book. I'm like, okay, I'll thanks. And we talked a little bit longer, and she had just, she was insistent that I get the book. And I'm like, oh no, like it's okay. I will come back for it though, but I can't today. So I'm leaving the store, and I hear somebody call after me, and she runs up to me and she gives me a CD, the audiobook of the book, The
Wow.
Secret. And I'm like stunned and I'm shocked, and I just kind of am like, what? And I'm trying to like, wait, like, and she just left. She just like vanished and disappeared. She's like, hey, no, like I insist, just take it. And then she was gone. So this to me was just an incredible sign. Like, I'm going to take this really seriously. So I listened to this book on tape over and over again. And I realized I just let everything that it talked about really sink into like the cells of me. And I had started practicing visualizing, being, at that time it was being free from my ex, and it was, having a new friend group, just being like free and happy and healthy and really on a path to success, given all I had gone through previously. So sure enough, my life started changing around me. Everything started changing. I mean, even from the ex-boyfriend, like one day I came home and there was an eviction notice on the door. And so I didn't even have to do anything. He had stopped like paying bills. And I really truly believe that part of my manifestation work was,
Right.
at work, because that took a little bit longer. But I started losing weight. I got rid of him. I moved in with an amazing friend. I had a new life in a matter of probably like, I want to say, I think it was about 3 or 4 months.
That's wonderful. And it's so profound. I'm having goosebumps. Yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible. And so what it also had done for me was, I mean, so it had really worked its magic. And of course, part of it, I feel like, was, I call her an angel, was the angel I met that
I'm sure.
day at the bookstore. And I really took it to heart. And it led me also to some of the other really well-known books like Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich, and a handful of others. But I knew, okay, if it works for this, it can work for everything. I can shift my life however I want, really, if I keep up this practice and train myself and stay disciplined and stay, with my eye on the prize, I guess you would say,
Right.
that everything is starting in the invisible. And when the time is right for all of the things to shift around and be where I love them to be, that will happen in due time. And I also believe, everything is at God's will too. So, I think there's some things that maybe we want or we think we want, but it's for some reason there are some, higher divine sources that could interfere. So, but for the most part, I believe if we're given a dream or an idea or something, that's a message that like is coming forth for a reason, that we're really supposed to do something with that. So I continued practicing and playing with it and just really having fun with it
Wow,
for
that's so
a
amazing.
long time.
I mean, I do believe in manifestations, but I'm not sure if I have seen myself practicing it so religiously that I get results every day. I mean, I have manifested so many things in my life too, and that's what I keep telling, my friends and my family. But you being such a great example of how your life can change 360 if you start practicing smaller things and continuously in
Mhm.
life. Like, this is so good, so amazing. I am stunned. I am totally stunned. So so can you share something, what exactly you do so that other people can also start uh, practicing manifestation and law of attraction in their life?
Yeah, of course. So for me, what I do is I actually start with my intuition.
Okay.
That my intuition is kind of what guides me to how I'm going to approach manifestation. So I take a step before the manifestation process. And actually in my work, now that I'm really kind of like trying to concentrate on the whole spectrum. I'm even going further today to go back through people's blocks, energetic blocks, emotional blocks. I really think we have to start there so we can get to point A to B as fast as possible. So the process is first clearing the emotional baggage or energetic blocks, then using intuition to figure out exactly which manifestation process is going to be the ideal one for, let's say, that person or that specific outcome. And then when we get to the manifestation process, there's a couple different options. I mean, it can be something where, depending on what it is, I might just journal about it. I
Oh,
might do some scripting. So that would just look like getting clear. I think a part of that process is getting the clarity that we need in writing it out and making it a tangible goal. And I also believe in following, I think it's the SMART goals, and having like the specific um okay. I forgot exactly what it all stands for because I'm not too I'm more intuitive as
specific,
versus
measurable,
measurable. Yes.
relatable.
Thank you.
Time. E is I am forgetting E. But
Yeah,
that's what it means. Like, you need to have some measurable, timed, and smart goals so that you actually can visualize yourself standing at point B from point A. It shouldn't be like this should sound realistic to you. Is that right?
yes, yes, exactly. That's right. And a good example would be like weight loss. So a lot of people might think that losing weight is a goal, but it's not a goal that's clearly defined. And when you're in the manifestation process to really get the ideal outcome, that's why you want to be more specific with it, because you could lose a pound and then boom, well, there's your wish. You lost weight. But when we
Yeah.
say, I want to lose weight by April 4th and I want to lose 30 pounds by that day, that is a whole different situation.
That's
And then we're also programming our mind, we're setting the space for our mind to get organized. The more we visit that goal and the more we visualize it, the more we keep it at the forefront. We're also programming our subconscious mind to really go for it and look for those other things that it can do, because our brain wants to achieve our goals once we have that clarity around it. And I think you can agree that's what coaching really does. When someone has a safe space and a non-judgmental person to really express themselves and help like verify and clarify their goals and their vision, then it's really like, I forgot what I was talking about.
so.
Then it's really
Oh, that happens. When you are in the group, it happens.
I'm just so excited. I want to talk about everything at the same time. Um,
That's
but when
true.
someone has like all these things we can kind of do to build up the manifestation process. And
Right.
we also, I think it's good to look at it in an analytical way too, at some times where, yeah, people I've heard in the communities, law of attraction communities and manifestation, oh, it's just as easy to manifest $1 than it is $1,000,000. I mean, I would go as far as to say, I think that's, a little bit different
Mhm.
because we have to really work with going back to kind of step one, those blocks, the
Right.
energy,
Right.
the emotions, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, sure. Maybe once you clear the way there, clear that up, once you developed your intuition and you're really, really on point, then it becomes the same thing because you're just tapping in to manifesting, you know, uh, in this case, currency or money. And you kind of just throw it out. You can just kind of throw it out like an order.
That's
And
true.
there's not this emotional ties that cause that resistance to it.
Right. Right. Yeah, definitely. Even I believe that you need to be open to receive so that universe can send its abundance to you. If you are still blocked and your energy centers are blocked and you are not ready to receive, no matter how many days, years or months you practice manifestation, it won't work. And that's what happened to people who wish for something. They keep trying, they keep trying, they keep waiting, and then it never happens. That's because maybe they still have that kind of mental blocks, energy blocks in them, and they need to clear that out. Is that right?
Yes, yes, that is right. And what is actually happening is it's like they don't treat the symptom and instead they're really trying to manifest things. They're not seeing the results. So even in the subconscious, what they're actually thinking in the subconscious is like, oh, this isn't working. And so that keeps reinforcing that it isn't working, even though they might be saying affirmations, they might be doing journaling, they might be doing everything in one of the many wonderful law of attraction and manifestation books that there are. There's tons of great exercises. But yes, if someone is dealing with some kind of big blocks and they're not able to kind of break through that on them with themselves, then they keep on getting the feedback that isn't what they want, and it's sending them into more of a downward spiral
Right.
and back into their blocks and their patterns.
Right. Right. That's I would second that. I mean, yes, you need to be really clear and you need to communicate your intentions properly to your subconscious mind, and at the same time you need to keep working on your goals so that you manifest. I think it's multi-directional, and it people think that it's a magic or something will happen overnight,
Mhm.
and then they'll think and it will appear out of nowhere, but that doesn't happen. I mean, so many of my clients also tell me that I just wish a magic would happen and I will change my life overnight. I mean, I always tell them that you need to communicate yourself, your thoughts, your intentions properly to the universe, and that magic lies within you.
Mhm.
That's the that's that's the smallest truth that everybody forgets, that everybody is so powerful, and the the greatest power lies in them and not anywhere else in the world
Mhm.
on this space.
Yes, that is so, so true. And, I think that there's so much we can do for each other as well that like can amp up whatever it is that they need and they're going through. For example, when I'm doing energy work with someone, they might sometimes I will say, okay, like I'm starting the work and I might need a few minutes to actually start it, but I'm letting them know, hey, I'm starting it. But they'll already feel it. They'll
Right.
already feel it. And so they need the human consciousness that's there to hold that container in space for them and even ignite their own healing within them, thinking someone else is doing the work when really it's like, we're probably working simultaneously. But again, going back to them, they programmed their brain, okay, I'm about to receive a healing.
Wow.
And so they're ready for it. And I just love that. I mean, I love when people are igniting themselves, kind of, is how I see it.
That's wonderful. I mean, it's such a profound topic that we can continue talking about it, and we will never feel tired about it. So I think we should jump onto our next topic of discussion,
Sure.
that's communication. So I work with communication a lot. Like I work,
Mhm.
my main arena of helping people is communication. How I help them communicate better with their spouses, with their partners, and I help them, draft a authentic message so that they can be confident about it. They can embody that truth, that as a truth in their being, and then
Mhm.
they can live it. So sometimes, coming back to manifestation, so how do you think that is there a link between communication and manifestation anywhere?
Absolutely. I would say when we're talking about especially romantic partners and spouses, um, the communication from ourself to ourself is so key and critical, because when we can get really honest with ourselves, it's only then that we can get really honest with that person that's closest and we're most intimate with.
Right.
And in manifestation work, you have to kind of know where you are and take inventory and have, again, just that clear channel of communication with yourself, with your spouse, with the people around you. I believe that this is all energy and it's good energy. I mean, if somebody is out there doing a bunch of good in the world and let's say volunteering and feeding the homeless and stuff, but they go home and they lie about their, I don't know, let's say little white lies. to their
Right.
spouse and the people around them. You know, there's a contradiction in energy there. And there's a healing that needs to happen. That's a symptom of something that went wrong, that this person can't be honest and authentic to themselves and
Right.
to their partner. And I think when it comes to manifesting things, if we don't have that honesty with ourselves and with God or with whatever someone wants to connect with as the source of on the other side of manifestation, because whether someone believes in God or not, I feel like that's an important process, to not feel like you're all alone just making magic happen, but that there is a divine source.
Right.
And for me, it's God. But so let's take that as an example. If someone is wanting to communicate or wanting to get help in the manifestation realm to get something, if there isn't an honest and authentic communication going on between that person and the divine source, there's going to be mixed signals, mixed energy,
Right.
and it's not going to come out as one would want it anyway,
Right.
because it's not going to be that clear channel. And I see it as like a radio channel or something like that, a Wi-Fi signal, and just really being able to connect on that right signal. And I think clear communication is the way for that.
That's right. I think that's absolutely how it works. And thank you for solving the mystery for all of us. Like, it, look, people actually think that just wishing for it and working for it will work. But then the actual truth is that you need to be truthful and honest with yourself and with your people who you want to manifest
Yes.
and who you want to work along your lives with. So I think that's really important, to be, truthful and communicate well and effectively to yourself, to your partner, to your family's friends, and to the universe and God and spirit, higher self, and
Mhm.
any spiritual um, identity that they believe in. That's
Yes.
really important. I think yeah, that's a wonderful mystery unlocked. It's a revelation. Yes, definitely. So, Lisa, I think we can continue this chat again next week or sometime next week, because this is something that I would like to, get my audience to some point where they can actually start practicing it effortlessly, and they have a better understanding of how it works. So
Sure.
yeah, so we will continue this series, and I'm really loving it. Thank you so much for joining us
Me
today
too.
and sharing your wisdom, your information. It has been so helpful. I mean, this, I don't have enough words to communicate my gratitude to you. Thank you so much, and we will meet again.
Okay, thanks, Shlippy. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Okay, I'll see you next time.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks again. Okay,
Bye.
bye everyone.
Bye everyone. Thank you so much for joining us all today. And I'll be uploading this video on YouTube and Facebook, because Facebook played tricky with us today, and somehow live didn't happen. So we'll try to go live next time properly. But until then, thank you so much.